So as I've started with the other stitches, you will need to start with a chain, and you need to do a Tunisian simple stitch pass forward and a basic return, and that's how all of the stitches will start that I've shown you so far. Goodness, sounds like I've been at the gym, but I haven't, I promise. And you just put the hook through and you pull the yarn through and you create the loops onto the hook or needle, and you do this all the way across until you have a loop for each of the stitches onto your needle or hook. I still haven't worked out what we're supposed to call this. I'm sure you can let me know. I suppose if you're a knitter, you'll probably call this a needle, and if you're a crocheter, then you'll probably call this a hook. Anyway, either way, you'll both be right. Okay, so there we go. There's all of our loops on. So now we need to do a basic return, which means we do a yarn over and pull that yarn through that first loop, just one, this for that first one, and then all the others we yarn over and pull them through 2 loops. So that's yarn over and through 2 loops, and we do that all the way back to the beginning until we have just 1 loop remaining. And that doesn't take long. And here we are, there's our last one there. Okay, so when I showed you how to do the Tunisian knit stitch, and if you haven't seen that video, there's a link in the description box down below, so why not pop along and watch that first if that would make more sense. But what we need to do is we need to put the hook through diagonally to the back. Now as you progress with your stitches you'll be able to see more clearly, but there are 2 loops there and you need to be going through the middle of that there. So there's a hole there, so you need to be going through diagonally, so you're going through the middle, so basically you're going to be pulling up the loop through the middle, which gives that knitted effect. If I just show you on this sample, you can see there's got that telltale knitted sort of V knot shape. But this is a purl version of the knit stitch. So lots of knitting and purling. So if you've knitted before, you'll know that when you knit a purl stitch, when you purl a knitting stitch, you know what I mean, you have the yarn in front of the hook. So normally we have the yarn to the back, but what we want is the yarn in front. So as I showed you in the Tunisian purl stitch, you have the yarn in front and you just go through that bar like that, but we're doing the Tunisian purl stitch, knit purl stitch. So you have the yarn in front of you, and as I showed you, you need to go through the work diagonally and out the back, and then you grab the yarn and pull it through from the back to the front, and you pulling it up like so, so you've got the loop. Okay, again you want to have the yarn in front of you, and you put the yarn through the back, then you put the yarn over and you're pulling it through from the back to the front, and you've got that loop left on your hook. Again, yarn in front of you, down through the back, yarn over and pull it from the back to the front. So that's the yarn in front of the hook. You go down through the fabric, out the back, and this is where you want to make sure that this loop here isn't too loose, because that forms the stitch that's coming across here. I hope you can see this. So if you have that too loose, then this will be too loose. So then at the back you do a yarn over and you're going to pull that through the back, through to the front, and then you've got your loop on your hook. Yarn in front, through yarn over and pull it through. I think I missed a stitch there. Yes, I did. There's one there. So yarn in front, through, yarn over, and put it from the back to the front. You can see where I'm putting that there. It's going down and coming up out the back. Yarn over and pull that from the back to the front, and then one more yarn to the front, through, yarn over, and pull it through from the back to the front. Okay, we made it. So a little bit more complicated. If you haven't watched the Tunisian knit stitch, do go and watch that first, because then I think that will help make this be more sense. And now what you need to do is just need to do a basic return. So yarn over, pull it through that first one loop, and then yarn over and pull it through 2 loops, and you keep doing that, yarn over and 2 loops, yarn over, 2 loops, and you do that until you get back to the beginning and you have just 1 loop left on your hook. Okay, so now you just continue to repeat that. So that'll be yarn to the front, put the hook down through the back, yarn over and pull it up through to the front. So there you go, I've done a few rows now, and as you can see this one is much looser than the other stitches. You have this sort of waffle effect to it, as you can see right through. If I bring that up close, completely different look to the other stitches I've shown you, and this is the Tunisian knit stitch, and this is the Tunisian knit purl stitch, so completely different texture, doesn't want to curl as much. This is much tighter, sorry I hit the camera there, than the purl stitch. And yeah, just another look to your stitches. So like I said in, I think it was the beginning, the very first video, that these stitches do get used in different combinations to give different looks. And so this is kind of why I'm running through all of the basic stitches, so that I can show you how to do different textures, which I think Tunisian crochet really does lend itself to, is just having lots of texture about it. So I'll just show you how to cast off, just like I did in the other videos. You just do pull the yarn through, but you put it through both loops. So you put it through the post, and then put it through the yarn through both of the loops, and that just gently casts off your work and gives you that sort of telltale knitting look when you cast off, because it's pretty well much the same, and it also looks like crochet. So complete marriage of the two ways to work yarn. And just a couple more until I get to the end. There we go, and I can just snip my yarn and pull that tight to fasten. Okay, so there you go, that's the end of the how to do a Tunisian knit purl stitch. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love a thumbs up if you did. If you haven't already subscribed, why not subscribe to my channel? I've got lots and lots and lots of crochet videos for you to watch, and I also now have several Tunisian crochet videos for you to watch. So we started off with the Tunisian simple stitch, Then we went to the Tunisian, what did I do next? I did the Tunisian knit stitch. Then I did the Tunisian purl stitch, and now we have the Tunisian knit purl stitch. So plenty to go get practicing with, get on with, and I shall come back very soon with some projects on how to use these stitches and also different textures. So give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. You can leave comments in the comments box below. There are lots of links in the description box that I hope you find helpful. If you have any questions, you know where to put them. You can come and say hello to me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, all those funky places, all the links down below to what you need, and I'll see you in the new video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.